fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible.
Now they've got to rely on their defense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. After the turnover, it's Tua. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Again, it's Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. From the 9, 2nd and 5. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Taylor. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Taylor. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in, announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Complete to Likely. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Austin. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. He's got Watkins on the out route. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Myers' kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They're going to try and throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
On play action, here's Tua.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Tua. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he's brought down. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out
as his guys are able to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
On target to his man, Likely.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Here we go. Steal. Check steal.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the 44, Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Myers' kick is good.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and then we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On second down, Mostert. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burned the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing out left and finding Likely.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's airing it out for Williams.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
So we're in halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35.
They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Tua sets up to pass it. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Jets are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Running the counter with Mostert.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. He's got room at the 30.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 55 yards.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Here's Mostert.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. That is caught by Williams. He's got a Jets touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets are back within a score.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 13-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. From the 29,
Tua. And this one too low.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Ready.
play action. Now it's Tua. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
It's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Bills are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. But, Charles, I know you appreciate seeing this great defense, especially with the heightened intensity of the postseason. These two defenses, they have risen to the occasion to force back-to-back interceptions.
You know me well, Brandon. I always stand with my fellow defenders. And I love watching them make plays, and you nailed it. It's playoff time. This is when it matters most.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
66 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Off the option, here's Taylor.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that's caught. Watkins. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. The two are going to try and throw for it.
And that's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
To put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
2 now on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 23. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Trap 50, trap 50. Mustang 19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Jets are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A fairly short kick from the 14. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken at the goal line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. Back to Taylor on first down.
And some room to maneuver.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards on the ground. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes their heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards.
Out to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown.
Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Let's go down. Strike. Check. Strike. Ready?
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
To throw is Tua. And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.